ولازم يشرب آكل شيء يشرب شيء. That is something else. Bro, what the fuck? I don't know if I caught that on camera, but if you see right there, there's a mattress on top of this truck, and there's a kid just lying down, sleeping on top of the truck while we're on the highway. That is some shit that I've never seen. He's just lying down, sleeping. Every now and then he like picks his head up. He's like, what's going on? Puts his head back down. He's just lying down on top of the truck. Morning from Giza. Man, that view is... I just can't stop smiling. That is amazing. It doesn't look as big in the pictures, especially with this fisheye lens, but they are massive. Just so impressive. I've seen a lot of pyramids in different places around the world, but it definitely takes the cake. Today we're leaving. Today we're going back to some villages, because I just love my villages. I love my small towns. Like, each small town just has its own little character, its own little subculture, its own community, you know. And I'm biased. I come from a small town myself, you know, and I just remember growing up, and you have this community of people who just know each other and just kind of take care of each other and look after each other, you know. And if you're visiting, you might just be lucky enough to become part of that family for a day, you know, or even a few hours, and just, you know, feel like you belong somewhere. You know, you just feel like part of that. If you feel like you're home when you're away from home, you know. So I love my villages, and I want to get back to some villages. So let's go. I rented a car. Finally, it was a lot more complicated than it should have been, I think. Gotta pay attention here. People drive kind of crazy. The thing is, I'm not 25, so there's complications with renting a car. But right now I'm headed to Zaazib, which is the biggest town in the area of where my friend lives. So we're heading out that direction, and we're gonna see what sort of adventures we come across along the way. But first things first, I need to get the hell out of Cairo, so I'm gonna put this down until I do.
Like, I can't even say it necessarily, but yeah, that's my personal opinion. That's what I do. Have you? Let me know what you...
All right, I'm just getting towards the edge of the city now, and I think I'm getting a hang of driving in Egypt. There's a lot of parallels between driving in Mexico. I'd say the main difference is that in Mexico, like, they actually have directions of traffic, where here, like, you could be driving down, and then all of a sudden on the shoulder there's like a guy on a motorcycle or with like a small car going the other way, or, you know, all of a sudden there's 3 lanes of traffic going both ways, or like 3 lanes of traffic in the middle. So there'll be one on the right, one on the left, and then the one in the middle just kind of switches direction based on which has more traffic. But otherwise, there's a lot of parallels with Mexico. Like, people just kind of cut each other off, you know. So yeah, I think I'll get used to it pretty quickly. Oh, and again, I talked about this in Alexandria, but everybody honks for no reason. Like, just at the most random times. There's, anytime there's any sort of minor inconvenience or anything, just lay on the horn. Is something else. Bro, what the fuck? I don't know if I caught that on camera, but if you see right there, there's a mattress on top of this truck, and there's a kid just lying down, sleeping on top of the truck while we're on the highway. That is some shit that I've never seen. He's just lying down, sleeping. Every now and then he like picks his head up. He's like, what's going on? puts his head back down. He's just lying down on top of the truck. استقرأ؟ ايه تفضل.
مؤاخذة يا باشا.
ايه let's see. انت مصري؟ اه. ممكن اعمل فيديو عندي يوتيوب.
أنا؟
لا انا عندي يوتيوب. صح؟ بس ممكن اعمل فيديو او ما بحب شوف
أنت بتتكلم عربي؟
شوي بس
من فين؟ وات فروم؟
انا امريكي بس اعمل فيديو.
ليه؟
وفي مشكلة معك بالفيديو او لا؟
ليه بقى ليه؟
الرافية لأبو كبير هي لإلي. اوكي. ايه عندي الرافية لأبو كبير. بس اوكي الشمال هون. ايه بعدين نروح لأبو كبير لإفطر صح؟
أنت صايم؟
لا.
بفطر.
لا بس رافية صايم صح؟
تمام.
ايه انا مش زين بس
أنت سيجار؟
عندي بدك؟
يا
ايه تفضل.
اللي مصري
اها
يا ممكن
إيه
اقابلك؟
ممكن ما بعرف شو هعمل بكره بس إيه شكرا. نو بروبلم نو.
انا بدي اعمل والله بدي اعمل
مش مشكلة لا بس بدي بعرفك بس صح؟
يا
مش مشكلة حبيبي. Parked for a minute. Take a break. We dropped off my new friend, but I found a barber shop over here. I'm gonna get a haircut. Salam alaikum. So see, they kept me up really nice. Mahmoud over here did a good job. If you're ever Yalla, come on over to Mahmoud. He did a good job. I looked like a homeless person earlier, and look at me now, looking cleaner than ever. I was way overdue for a haircut. Here I am, so I'm ready for dinner. You know, I didn't need to be a presentable guest. So. You know, that was a good haircut and stuff. The sad thing is, though, the guy lied to me about the price at the end. He said to me it was 100, even though I heard him say to his friend before that, because you know I speak some Arabic. Like I heard him say that it was 35, and his friend paid him 35 for a haircut. Now I had a haircut and a beard trim, so I figured that would be like 50, you know. So I told him I was like 50, right? And he's like, yeah. You know, it's kind of a shame, you know, because the guy did a really good job. Other than he nicked my face a little bit here, but he did a really good job. He's a really friendly guy and stuff like that. And if he would have just been honest with me, I probably would have paid him 100, you know, just give him a big tip or whatever. But since he lied to me, like, yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of the way I am. If you lie to me, I don't want to help you, you know. Lying is just a really important thing of mine, I guess. Whoa, check out this road right here. This is where the GPS took me. Yalla. Alright. Yeah, that's the other weird thing. Nobody here, they don't want to be on camera. The barber nor the hitchhiker both told me they didn't want to be in the video. But then he told me at the end I could do that little clip at the end. Because I told him, I was like, yeah, I'll say like, hey, you did a good job, and you know, come check out Mahmoud if you're in Zazi. But I don't know, I can't really say that anymore because he lied to me, you know? It's a shame. But yeah, even the hitchhiker guy, I think he was we talked most of the time. He was really curious about why I was making a video and why I wanted to record him. And I didn't want to record him specifically. I was just trying to explain that I'm just recording the journey, and he was just somebody I met along the way, you know? And but he was kind of confused by that. And also I was trying to translate things on my phone, but he doesn't read or write, so in Arabic or English. So I noticed that too. In the barbershop, there are some people who don't read or write. Like illiteracy seems to be a pretty common thing around here, even in their native language, you know. And I can't say shit. I'm illiterate in Arabic too. So, but yeah, let's make our way again through this. I don't really know what's the right way. Let's see. Let's try to make our way to Abu Kabir. Abu Kabir, I think is how you say it. I don't know. People keep correcting me, but I think I'm saying it right, so I don't know. So if you look behind us, just past it, but kind of goes to show the poverty in some of these villages. These people are just sorting through these huge mounds of trash, looking for they're sorting recycling and things like that. Some tin cans. It looks like they're pulling out wiring and stuff like that. And you can see actually over here, there's looks like they're sorting out some old steel, you know, looks like some old steel cans and stuff like that, and recycling, because that must be how, you know, the best way some people can scrape up some money, just digging through the trash, you know. You gotta do what you gotta do to survive, I suppose, right? So I want to tell you guys a little quick bit about Hamad, the guy hitchhiking, because he said he didn't want to be recorded, and I'm not sure why that is. I think some people have like trust issues, and honestly for good reason, or maybe he just didn't want people seeing him hitchhiking, because he asked me if Egyptians would be seeing my video, and I said I don't know, probably, you know. And that's what made him decide he didn't want to be in the video. But whatever reason he wanted to. Interesting guy. He was hitchhiking from, I think, the farm fields where he worked, because he works on some sugarcane farms. But like I said, he's illiterate, so I imagine that kind of limits your job options by quite a bit. You know, not being able to do something as simple as reading and writing. So yeah, I wonder how that happens. Just, I don't know, you know. This is where my GPS is taking me. Gotta be careful. They got a big deposit out on this thing. It's interesting. We're in the Zaazeh Industrial District. Got some welders. Looks like some mechanics, some heavy machine stuff. But I found the road again. All right. That was a maze. Google was like, hey, take a 5-minute detour through here real quick. They're like, oh, you'll save 5 minutes. I don't think I saved 5 minutes. But we're back on the main road. I think we're officially out of Zaazeh. Guy waved me past so I can pass him. I think we're officially out of Zaazeh. We're in some more rural areas. As you see, there's some farms. There's some people. There's some farms. There's some people selling watermelons and stuff on the street. Yeah, it's not as much garbage everywhere, so it looks pretty nice. We're in another nameless village. Well, I'm sure it's not nameless. I just don't know the name. Bro, stop honking. The streets aren't wide enough. I don't know what you want me to do. There's people over here. There's cars and tuk-tuks coming over here. Like, I'm doing my best here, man. Everyone's just honking. I'm like, just trying to weave through everything there. I don't know what you want me to do, you know? These Egyptians are shrewd salesmen, man. I literally just saw a sign, well, multiple signs of people selling watermelons. They said 10 guinea each on the sign, you know? And so I stopped at this one, the first one that I could sort of stop at safely without traffic and stuff, you know? And I was like, how much is it? You know, 10, 15? And he's like, no, 30. And I was like, bro, there's just like 5 people selling them back there for 10, you know? And he's like, no, these are much better quality or something like that, I think he was saying. And I'm like, I don't know how different they can be. You know, what, you grow them up, or you grow them like 2 miles away from the other guys, you know? I don't know how. But they're shrewd. They're, you know, trying to make a buck. That's, you know, what do you... ايه سلام قديش واحد قديش واحد بطيخ؟ اها
الحين سريع 15 و20
15 اوكي ايه اعطيني 2 There we go. For the same medium-sized ones, I got 2 for the price of 1 that they were trying to charge me at the other place. For ones about the same size. And it looks like they had some really big ones here too that were maybe 20. But yeah. You know, and it's not like, okay, so I paid, you know, if I paid an extra $1 or 2 for a watermelon, it's not a big deal. It's just like, all right, I just like to support people who are being honest and upfront, you know. And I get that, like, business doesn't really work that way here. Like, business in the Arab world with these markets and souks and stuff is a lot of times a lot more indirect and a lot more games that are being played a lot, you know what I mean? And that's fine, I get it, it's the culture, that's just kind of how it works. You know, doesn't mean I like it though. You know, to me, I like, you know, I go to a shop, you know, oh, how much is this? It's this much? Okay, great, here's your money, or no, I don't want any, you know? Where here's a lot of games, it's a lot of weird cultural, well, I wouldn't say they're weird, but it's just different, and a lot of things I don't like. So I like to support the people who are just really upfront and straight with me, and, you know, I don't need to play this whole game to, they're just honest with me about the price, you know what I mean? Those are the people I appreciate, that's all. So my friend Toka, I haven't said her name yet, but her name's Toka, who invited me to Iftar. She insisted, she said, you know, don't bring anything, you know, you don't need to bring anything, you're our guest, blah, blah, blah. But there's fresh watermelon right on the side of the road. Like, how, of course I'm gonna bring some, you know? And I was asking her beforehand, I was like, what can I bring that, you know, might have some sort of meaning? But I don't think that has any sort of significance. I'm sure there's a guy who sells watermelons just down the street, but I don't know, it's just a gesture, right? You know? Let's see. Welcome to the next unnamed town that definitely has a name that I just don't know. This is crazy. I've never tried to navigate through anything like this before. The fuck is going on? You know, it's so funny because when I was in Mexico, I was one of these motorcycles whipping by, and now I'm all nervous because I don't want to scratch the car because they're gonna charge me. This fucking tuk-tuk is in my way. I gotta learn how to honk. And of course the tuk-tuk just stops in the middle of the street with all this shit going on because he's talking on the phone. Where the fuck am I supposed to put my car? I thought this was supposed to be a village. Apparently this is what they call a village in Egypt. Dude, I was worried about going through these alleyways with this car. This guy just comes by right next to me with a massive ass truck, like this far away. Jesus Christ, this is a terrible idea. What am I doing? Hey, hello, quiet.
صورني موقع.
Okay. I know not a lot happened on your end. I'm just leaving my friend's house now. So it's the following day, stay the night, and it's just, yeah, like I don't want to record a lot when you're a guest, and but it was a really good time. They really just went out of their way to make sure that I was as comfortable as I needed to be, and even though if you guys have watched, I'm a pretty simple guy, I don't need a lot to be comfortable, but they really went out of their way to make sure that I was, and yeah, it was a really great experience, and it was kind of personal, so I you know, so I didn't record a lot of things, but it was a really great experience. So today, it's the evening, and I'm gonna go try to find a hotel somewhere and put this stuff down, and then maybe walk around a bit and look some more into these villages and see what's going on.